So good to see you today, Foxify. Can I ask you one question? What do you think is the long-term potential for Bitcoin?
I mean, the long-term potential, I think you're already starting to see it play out a bit with, things like Fidelity, BlackRock getting involved in the space, if not directly with Bitcoin. So I think when we're going through a hard time with regulation in the U.S. right now, which is where I'm based. So that's my familiarity. And we do kind of lead the charge in terms of setting the tone for regulation. It is a hard time, but I think once you have that in place, it'll clear the way for larger institutions to come in. And once you have that, I think you can see much more mass adoption with it, which will lead to lower volatility over time. And I think it has a great potential in the future.
So actually, the second question was about the regulation. So, do you think they can slow down the development of the whole blockchain industry?
Well, I mean, Bitcoin itself, no. But the blockchain industry, like, absolutely. I think right now, especially when you get into very small projects, the barrier to entry to creating a project is kind of non-existent. Like, you just need to be able to hire a developer and create a website, and you have a project. I think over time that'll become more difficult in terms of regulations because they'll find ways to track people down and crack down on those things. So I think it may slow some of that, but that will also, I think, help because there'll be so many less rug pulls and these terrible things, these scams that you hear about. And I think the lack of less scams will help, although it will be harder for people to do it. So I think over the long term, it will be good.
What do you think will be the impact of CBDCs on the crypto market?
I mean, for me, that's kind of hard to say, right? I think it'll be good depending on how they're used, right? If you're able to use these CBDCs and get people comfortable with them in a way that they actually interact with them through a Web3 wallet or a way where it's interchangeable with crypto, that's fine. But the problem is right now, if they set it up in a way where it's just on the back end, right? Because most people won't see a difference between the way they use their Chase debit card, whether that's a digital dollar or a CBDC, right? So I think overall it'll get people more comfortable, but that growth curve over a long period of time, that's just one step towards it.
Can you explain something about the use case of your company?
Oh yeah, so Foxify is it's a trading platform, but the unique portion about it is that it's peer-to-peer on the option side. So instead of Binance or KuCoin or BitMEX, whoever, setting the market for you, you and I could go on there. You could say, like, if Ethereum's going to move 3% in an hour, and you put up how much you'd be willing to pay, right? If that happens, someone takes the opposite side. Now you have action, right? And that's something, being able to play against other retail, because most traders actually lose money. But this way, you're not playing against a huge market maker who can manipulate the market, if we're being honest. Huh?
With some AI platform?
Is there AI in this platform?
Yes.
Oh, I should say yes for the buzzword, but no, there's no AI on the platform.
Okay, just asking, because we know that some of the biggest market players, they utilize the AI very well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about it. It's decentralized, so the funds go to a smart contract. They're not held by us. When two people are trading, those funds go completely there. And like the opening and closing of trades, because obviously if you put a trade up, a crazy trade that nobody else is talking about, you have to wait for someone to come and take that trade, right? So you set slippage when you open the trade, and you do that. We also offer perpetuals, which is normal. There'll be normal liquidity for that because you need that. But that's the unique thing is you're putting retail with retail in a fair space where rates will find like a market equilibrium. It's really true to crypto, in my opinion.
Very nice. Do you know another peer-to-peer, or let's say, actually not peer-to-peer platform like local Bitcoiners? They said they are closing there.
Local Bitcoin is closing.
Yeah.
Why are they closing?
I don't know. That's why I want to ask you for
Oh, yeah.
question. Do you know something like that?
Do I know
Maybe
something?
you can replace them?
Oh, I know. I don't think we're going to have a bridge for capital, but you can open trades in stables for us, right? Because you're trading on an outcome of something else. So it's like if we were to say like, oh, Manchester United is going to lose or something, we could say, oh, the banana is the middle wager for this, right? So you use stable. So no, we're not going to be replacing them. That's not our plans.
What is the level of privacy in your platform?
I mean, it's fully decentralized. So there's, it is anonymous as your wallet. So we like I said, we don't touch the funds. It's in your Web3 wallet. It goes to a smart contract where upon finality of the trade, it goes to the winner minus the fee.
What blockchain actually you utilize?
We don't have one yet. We are just starting our push into the public space because we haven't launched yet. They're working on building it, and then we're going to pop it on wherever we find an advantage.
What can you say about the security of your transactions and payments?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's all very technical stuff that's above my head, but it works the same way as a D app.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it works the same way as a D app does, right? Where I have a D app, unless there's something scammy in the contract where I accidentally agree to it, right? But as long as there's not a scammy thing in the contract, that it's as secure as a Web3 wallet.
again, in just
Very much.
2 or 3
Have a good
minutes.
day.
Thank you, sir.